What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we want to do a quick Brodie Smith update. Brodie claims he has thrown 500 feet successfully. I definitely want to hear your opinion if you think this is an official 500-foot throw. We have a little Paul McBeth update. I have some concerns. And then I want to do just a quick overview of the new disc coming out soon, the Innova Avatar. So Brodie did a video with Drew Gibson where basically Drew taught Brodie how to throw far, and his last throw, this is sort of what the result of that throw was.
It looks like this is gonna be a two-part series.
That wasn't the goal.
No, I think this is like 485.
We got, oh.
It's like right at.
Oh, 497.
Oh wait.
Oh, we're
498.
499.
Oh wait.
500. Let's go.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
So everybody knows the U-disc measuring system is a little bit wonky. It looks like on the map that they are just in the shadow of this tree, and you can see that they're just behind these trees here. Whether Brodie threw exactly 500 feet or not, he's throwing really far for a beginner, and this is actually a really impressive throw. There's players who have been playing for years and years and years who have not been able to even throw the 485 he threw on the first couple of throws. Now again, UDisc says this is plus or minus 16 feet of accuracy, so it could be less. If he threw 516 feet, we could be positive that he threw 500 feet. But whether he threw 500 or not, this is really close. I'm definitely impressed by the distance, and I hope the rest of his game comes along, and I hope he can throw this power with accuracy. He'll become a very dangerous player very quickly, especially at these upcoming tournaments.
I got it. I got it. It just took a second for the app.
Let's go.
We got it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
We're standing on his disc. We're standing on the disc.
Right, so Drew Gibson basically taught Brodie how to throw 500 feet. There were some serious form issues with Brodie's form. Mostly he'd be looking at his target basically during the entire walk up and follow through. He would never take his eyes off the target, and so he could never really tuck his chin in and really get a full reach back. So he wasn't getting a good reach back, and he also was pretty open in the hips, so looked like he was topping out at like 350 feet. So now that he's got some distance tips, when he approaches a big open field shot, he will be able to crush. So that's good news for Brodie's game. Now, I was on Instagram and I saw this video. You guys can make of this what you will. I thought this was a little bit funky that Paul was still wearing his boot. So Paul says it's only because he doesn't have his suitcase, and I really hope that that's true. Nate Doss had mentioned in the live coverage of the Memorial Tournament, I believe during the third round, that Paul McBeth was really pulling some shots, and Nate Doss assumed that that could possibly be due to just that aggravated ankle injury. And it wouldn't be totally crazy to think that Paul McBeth is still technically injured. I think he played this most recent event at like 80%. He didn't look fully like himself on a lot of those shots, and I don't know, he was playing really, really well, obviously, but I think that was Paul McBeth's tournament to win, and I do not think he was 100%, and I don't think he's 100% yet. But we have a little bit more validation that maybe it was the suitcase situation. If we go to Hannah's Instagram, they were traveling. She says, Paul's bag's always overweight. We always get to the airport and he has to stuff things in her bag just to like fit stuff in. So she was making fun of him a bit. And then he has a big suitcase and she has a little suitcase, and he can't fit all his stuff in here, and she packs all her stuff nicely, and then he basically ruins them both. So it's pretty funny to see that. So I hope he's not injured, and I hope he's not back in the walking boot. But if he needs to be back in the boot to rest the ankle, like, it's not a bad thing. It would be a good thing that he's doing what he needs to do to continue to heal. the thing that I was worried about with the ankle is once the tournament schedule started, once you start playing those tournaments at that level and you're a touring pro, literally they play a Thursday to Sunday tournament and then they travel for a day or two and then they get like a couple days to practice and then you're playing another comp again. So it's not like you really get that much time to rest, and when you are resting, you're traveling, so you get all stiff and they're not able to do as much rehab and exercise and all the things that, you know, they really should be doing. So yeah, that's a little Paul McBeth update. That's kind of my thoughts on what's going on. I hope everything's fine. So it points to the fact that it might be fine between their two stories, but I don't know. I just think he still might be pretty injured, but I guess we'll find out over the next couple weeks. So we have a new disc coming out, the Innova Avatar. It's going to be a new overmold disc, very similar to the Atlas. A lot of people don't like the Atlas. They don't think it's a good disc. And it looks like, I don't know why they're remaking the Atlas. I think they kind of want to just do another overmold disc, because if we look at the dimensions, we have the diameter of the Atlas is 21.8. We have diameter 21.7, height 1.7, height 1.8, rim depth 1.4, rim width 1.4. Oh, we have rim width 1.1. And then the max weight's going to be the same. And then we don't have flight numbers yet because it's probably still in the testing phase. So really the only difference is the rim width is a lot smaller. So it's going to be a little bit slower. That's sort of what I gather from that. So it's going to be a little bit slower Atlas. It's probably going to be a touch closer to a Nova. So I think this disc is going to be designed to be just a faster Nova. People really like the Nova, but people do not like the Atlas. So I think they're just making the Atlas more comfortable in the hand to make it more like a faster Nova. So I'd be interested in testing this disc out. The Nova is a super cool disc. And the Atlas, I only know one person who throws the Atlas, and it's really not that great. It's just like a stable overmold sort of wonky feeling thing. So yeah, that Avatar is going to be a pretty cool disc, I think, because it is going to be more like the Nova. And back in the day, Paul McBeth was doing some serious damage with the Nova, and I'm waiting for another like top pro to pick up one of these things. Maybe this Avatar is basically just like, there must be some pro who likes the Atlas but like wants it to be a little bit different, and that's hopefully how the Avatar was born. Discs designed by players, in my opinion, typically come out the best. Like when a pro player designs their own disc, like Paul McBeth has been doing and like Paige has been doing, like those discs are always pretty good because they know exactly what a good disc needs to be good. So those are my thoughts on those couple of things. A little Brodie update, a little Paul McBeth update, and then the Avatar update. Definitely leave your comments in the comment section down below. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you like these Iceberg TV news episodes. I really want to try and keep you guys updated, but I also want to give you my opinion. I want to start a discussion in the comments section. So I want you to take your thoughts to the comments section. I try to reply to every comment. Get the discussion going. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Iceberg TV. Thank you for watching. Take care.